Yeah, that's right, lads. Get it under cover so it doesn't spoil. Bill! Bill! I want Roger and David on the production line.
After we finished here, I was going to have them start on the Burrows refit.
Well, he can wait.
He's been waiting for almost a week, Jack.
So, what's a few more hours?
We should have finished that job by Friday. What's the Burrows going to say when they come to collect their boat and find out we haven't even started yet?
Now, that's what I call negative thinking, Bill. Think positive. Make a little telephone call and make sure the Burrows don't arrive.
Well, what am I going to tell them?
Well, blame the weather. That's always a good excuse. Or better still, tell them we're waiting for a part. I just need a bit more time, Bill. I want those lads back on production or we'll fall behind.
We're already behind by the sound of it.
Well, I won't tell the Burrows if you don't. Okay? Right, David, Roger, come on. Follow me.
Bill? Yeah? I thought you were supposed to be taking today off in lieu of all that overtime you worked.
I was. Jack phoned me last night. Called me in at 6 o'clock this morning. Same with a few of the others.
More overtime?
And there'll be a lot more the way this production schedule's going. Jack's got a few problems brewing, Tom. I think you better have a word.
Keys. I cannot find my car keys.
Right where you left them so you wouldn't forget.
Well, that isn't a sign of nerves.
Relax.
I'm trying to.
I'm sure the show will be a huge success.
Well, it better be. If I've got any hope of setting up one in the Mediterranean. Now, I've got to go. I'm meeting James at 9. Well, you better get a move on, otherwise you're going to be late yourself.
I'm not going to work till this afternoon, remember?
Abby's scan. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Oh. You don't have to apologise. You've obviously got a lot more important things on your mind.
There is nothing more important. My family still come first.
Do they?
Yes, and you know it.
Sounds as if I'm not the one who needs to be convinced.
Today I will be thinking about you and Abby and the baby. All right.
Oh, come on, Neil. The fraud office don't move in on someone unless they've got something. And when haven't I made it worth your while? Yeah, well, let me know what the costs are and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Bye now.
Cost?
Yes, advertising on the new cruiser.
And since when does a client make it worthwhile for an advertiser?
Well, you've got a suspicious mind, Laura.
So is the fraud office. I think you better be careful what you say on the phone in the future in case you're being bugged.
What's that supposed to mean?
Don't tell me you haven't heard.
Heard what?
Charles Freer.
Oh, yes, that's something on the local news. About some documents being seized?
Yes, and the fraud office is also particularly interested in anyone who's ever had any dealings with Freer Holdings.
Well, any dealings I ever had never came to anything, so I've got nothing to hide.
Yes, I gather the incinerator's been working overtime this morning.
Oh, you saw Dave, did you, on your way in?
Just about, through the cloud of smoke.
Yes, I decided to have a bit of a clear out as Dave was burning some debris. Well, there's no point in being snowed under with out-of-date paperwork, is there? When Vicky gets in, will you tell her I've gone down to the Mermaid Yard if anybody wants me?
Still behind schedule on the cruiser.
Apparently, yes. So we'll have to revise our sales and marketing deadlines when I get back.
Could you make it after lunch? I have an important engagement of my own this morning.
Business?
Personal.
Anything I can help with?
If there is, I'll let you know.
I've been putting in an 18-hour day, working flat out, and you accuse me of slacking off.
Nobody's accusing you of slacking, Jack.
Then what is it?
Well, you must admit that production is a bit slow, to say the least.
Yeah, well, we're getting back on schedule.
Oh, come on. I know you and the way you operate. When you're building in wood, there's always delays, excuses.
Reasons, Tom, reasons. And you should look at why production is running late. You wouldn't be so bloody critical then.
I have looked. Blue Ribbon's deck mold didn't seal with the hull.
Blue Ribbon?
Avril's name for spring, too.
Oh, well, that's original. Or whatever they want to call it. There wasn't enough manpower on it.
She's expecting to launch that boat in the Med next week, not next year.
Listen, have you seen the state of that mould? It needs sanding down.
But is it finished? No, it isn't smooth enough.
Correct.
And what went wrong with the name of the fiberglass Madame Frere's 6-metre?
The resin didn't gel.
So you decided to start it again and do it yourself?
Yeah, that's the only way it'll be done properly.
When?
Sometime today.
You mean if you can tear yourself away from that timber that arrived this morning?
Yeah, they need cutting and filled.
What went wrong with the timber that you sent back?
It was substandard.
Substandard? Everything's substandard in your eyes. That's your trouble, Jack. You're looking for something that does not exist. Perfection.
Yeah, that is the difference between a craftsman and a machine. I take a pride in my work.
And too much time.
The business park file?
A business park, our marina interests, Lancrest, even Rutland Marine.
Yeah, but on what grounds?
Oh, for God's sake. If Daniel Morris's report is being referred to the Serious Fraud Office and they're seizing files, I'd put suspicion of fraud at the top of the list, wouldn't you?
Well, suspicion's one thing. Gather evidence, other.
They can gather evidence, believe me.
Well, they couldn't the last time. And I can assure you, as I said, I thought it is that time. But, we got the case through now. On a technicality, I grant you.
This time it's different.
Why? Because of Orrin Hudson?
Oh, I couldn't give a damn about Orrin Hudson. We've got enough on him after his prank with my father's America's Cup design.
Yeah, Charles, we haven't exactly kept records of sensitive matters, have we?
Nevertheless, we have to go through all our past dealings with a fine-tooth comb. I want to be in a position to counter any allegations.
Charles, I can assure you the SFO will find nothing irregular in any of those documents.
But they will find names. Then they'll ask questions. Now, you don't need me to tell you the implications if some of our past associates provide the Serious Fraud Office with any answers.
Right, is that right down on the crown? Good. Now, profile. Lovely. Earrings. Come on now, let's put the earrings on. Look, everybody, I want your hats and your earrings on now. It's
I've
getting
got
late.
about 15 minutes. The guests are starting to arrive. Jan, come on, we should be out of here.
All right, everyone, be brilliant.
Okay, really good luck, everybody. If anybody has any problems, we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Okay, good luck.
Thank you. Vanessa, how lovely to see you. I'm so glad you could make it.
So am I. A few hours away from the mermaid yard is pure bliss.
Oh, no. Problems?
Well, nothing Jack can't handle.
Meaning he's having problems with Tom.
Oh, Jan, don't get involved. I'm trying not to. We must just let them get on with it. Otherwise, we'll only be forced to take sides.
I couldn't agree more.
Good morning. How are you? Very nice to see you.
James, darling.
Laura, what the hell are you doing here?
I don't think that's much of a welcome. Lady Whittington invited me.
Laura!
Why are you here?
Oh, don't worry, darling. That's all in the past now. Oh, it's lovely to see you again. It's been absolutely ages.
Jan, is something the matter? Jan?
Building a boat is a bit like driving a car with a handbrake on. Right, Bill?
Oh, yeah, that's right, Chuck. Just like,
You might want to go full speed, but you'll never get anywhere being at the mercy of supplies, weather, all kinds of reasons for a delay.
Yeah, Tom said something about being a week behind.
That's only because we gave you 12 weeks as a production schedule. But if we'd given you 14 weeks, we'd be a week ahead, wouldn't we?
Yes, that's one way of looking at it, I suppose.
Now, the plug should be available in what, 2 weeks, Jack? Well, assuming there are no more snakes. Is that all right for you, Ken?
Oh, I have to be, yeah. I wouldn't stretch any further. I've got a timetable for potential distributors. I want to stick to it.
Oh, there's no reason why we shouldn't, is there, Jack? We'll do our best, Ken.
Good. I'll be in touch.
Timetable. What does he think we are? A buzz depot? I'm telling you, Bill, some people don't know the meaning of the word expertise these days. Before long, there'll be no craftsmen left. Only computers.
Well, I don't like it either, Jack, but that's the way of the world, I suppose.
Yeah, not the way of the mermaid yard.
You've got a few minutes, Tom. There's something I'd like to discuss.
Yeah, sure. I couldn't talk about it in there. It's confidential.
It's about your ex-wife.
And I would like to welcome you to the very first Howard Brook collection, our designs for autumn. James and I will be available after the show to take your orders, or if you prefer, you can use the direct line, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And finally, I would like to thank Lady Whittington for allowing us to use Whittington Hall. I think you would all agree that this is the most perfect setting we could possibly have for this occasion. Ladies, I hope you enjoy the show, and thank you for coming.
car.
The car? Not blind, I'm pregnant.
Oh, so that's it. Nothing to do with the diet, then. Expecting mothers have got to be careful.
What are you doing?
But what happens if you trip?
Oh, my God. Talk about a protective father.
The spine looks straight. That's a leg moving. Incredible.
What's that shadow moving?
The heart.
It's beating very fast, isn't it, Doctor?
The heartbeat's absolutely normal at this stage.
It's amazing. So everything's okay then?
Both you and your baby are perfectly healthy. No cause for concern at all.
Can you tell the sex?
Why, would you like to know?
Oh, no.
A common disagreement. Perhaps you could discuss it and let me know. Now, Abby, about your first child. According to these records, you didn't carry it a full term.
No, William was premature. I had a fall.
William's father has custody, I believe.
Yeah, that's right.
And you've accepted that, Abby?
I didn't have a choice.
With the situation the way it is, Abby decided to do what she thought was best for her son.
I gather you've instigated divorce proceedings.
Yes.
What about your divorce here?
Should be through any time now.
I take it you'll be free to marry then soon. Or haven't you actually decided?
James, darling, what a fabulous show. I want to talk to you about a couple of things.
I really don't have time for this.
Oh, come on, don't be like that. It was fabulous. I enjoyed it very much. It was very kind. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well,
What did you really think?
it was absolutely fabulous. I've already given my order to James.
Oh, lovely.
And apparently I'm not the only one. Jan, I don't mean to interfere. It's really none of my business, but do you happen to know who invited Laura Wilde?
Yes, Lady Whittington.
According to whom?
Well, according to James.
Then it couldn't have been James either. It certainly wasn't Lady Whittington. She's never even met her.
Well, then who did invite her?
Nobody seems to know. I think it might be worth having a word with Babs Whittington. You know, for future reference. She thought the show was strictly for friends and a few selected guests. She certainly didn't expect gatecrashers.
Well, neither did I.
It wouldn't be good for your business to offend dear Babs. She's got a lot of influence. Otherwise, I wouldn't have said anything.
Yes, well, I'm very glad you did.
Good. Well, I'd better be off, I suppose.
Oh, won't you stay for some lunch?
No, I've got some work to catch up with on a PR campaign I'm hoping to organise for the Mermaid Yard. Let me know if you find out anything about Miss Wilde.
Yes, of course.
Thank you for the invitation. I must say I found it all rather intriguing. Keep in touch.
Yes, I will.
Cheers.
I don't think we need to rush into anything.
Neither do I.
I mean, I certainly wouldn't want you to think I was putting any pressure on you.
Oh, that's a relief.
Seriously, you shouldn't feel obligated in any way.
Why should I?
Marriage would be the right thing, wouldn't it, Leo?
Not these days.
I mean, the right thing for you.
Well, you're involved in this too, you know, not just me. What?
Nothing.
Tell me.
You just don't change, do you? I mean, you're always putting everybody else's needs ahead of your own. I'm asking you what you think about it.
Well, actually, it's a bit late to ask me how I feel now.
I just wish you hadn't taken me for granted.
I didn't take you for granted.
You think you've got all our answers?
I don't. Anyway, I think we should take it one step at a time for your sake.
Fine by me. I haven't actually yet proposed, have I?
Jan, congratulations. I hear from Vanessa the show was a huge success.
Yes, it was. Thank you very much.
You got my message?
Yes, that's why I'm here. I thought I'd call in rather than phone.
Oh, it wasn't that urgent, but, coffee?
Oh, I'd love one.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, my secretary said something about a meeting tomorrow?
Yeah, Ken Masters wants to commission a sailboat, but it's not the meeting I wanted to discuss.
Thanks.
No, I saw Ken Masters today, and, he made me an offer.
No, Ken, it was one you couldn't refuse.
Yeah, well, he was as persuasive as ever, but I did refuse because he was after my shares in Howard Brook. He tried a casual approach, you know, as if he were doing me a favour, but I think he's up to something.
Well, with an extra 7%, you won't get very far.
No. But I saw James talking to Ken the other day, down by the river.
Oh, really?
Well, there may be nothing in it, but then again,
You think he might be after James's share as well?
with his original stake, my 7% and James,
He'd have 51%.
you can trust James, absolutely.
Yes, of course, Tom. I wouldn't have gone into business with him otherwise, would I? No, it's Ken Masters I can't trust.
Join the club.
Tom, would you do something for me?
Of course.
Would you tell Ken that you might still be interested in selling?
What exactly have you got in mind?
I'll let you know when I've worked out the details, but if you could say that, it might just give me the initiative, and if Ken is up to something and I'm going to beat him, then I'll have to play him his own game.
Leave it to me.
Thanks.
You looking for something?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I am. The marketing schedule on the cruise zone.
Ah, follow me.
Good Lord, don't tell me everything's under lock and key now.
No, no. As I joined my clear out this morning, I decided to put details of the cruiser in my personal file, that's all.
Thanks.
How did your meeting go this morning?
I'm fine. I thought you were going to get back here straight after lunch.
Yes, I met a business associate. Didn't get away till 2.
It's almost 3:30, Ken.
Yes, I came back the scenic route.
Why?
Well, I know this sounds ridiculous, but I think I was being followed.
What?
Yes, there was a car there, even double back twice, but this car was still there, following me.
You're getting paranoid.
I mean, if the fraud office were interested in me, they'd maintain much more of a low profile, wouldn't they?
Yeah, you ought to try it yourself sometime. Might leave yourself less exposed.
Yeah, yes, good idea.
It was meant to be a joke. Right, now this marketing schedule. Let's see. We should be in serious production by week 32, so really we ought to be finalising our advertising and marketing campaign any time now.
Why don't we discuss it later, over dinner?
Oh, I'm sorry, I already arranged to meet someone.
Gerald Urquhart?
Our personal lives have nothing to do with business, Ken.
Oh, I don't know. I think sometimes it could be an advantage if they went hand in hand. I was thinking what you were saying earlier about my past association with Freya, and you're absolutely right. It could prove to be a bit of a liability. I'm going to have to tread very carefully.
What are you getting at?
Well, if Freya Holdings goes down the tube, it could be to our advantage to buy some shares, to expand.
You mean go after Freya as well as Runton Marine?
Why not?
I think we should take it one step at a time. I mean, let's wait and see if they do go down the tube first, shall we?
We wouldn't have to if we had some inside information. Now, I'd find it a bit of a problem to find out what the matter is with Freya Holdings, but you...
Hang on a minute. I'm not suggesting that
Yes, I am. If you've got Gerald Urquhart on the hook, that puts you into a privileged position. If there's anyone that knows the ins and outs of Freya Holdings, it's your Gerald.
Will it just be the two of us, or is Leo coming back?
No, he's out with Abby tonight.
You know, a takeaway is not the most glamorous of meals to celebrate the success of a show. Still, as we're going to be working late. It'll serve a purpose.
James?
Mm-hmm.
There's something I want to talk to you about.
Concerning what?
Ken Masters and Laura Wilde.
Hello, Avril.
What on earth are you doing here, Charles?
I expected a call. To arrange a meeting?
There's no point.
You try telling that to the SFO. Now, look, if you haven't cancelled your dinner engagement this evening, I suggest you do so immediately.
What do you want, Charles?
To make sure you're not implicated.
In what?
Fraud.
I've told you before, Jan, I hardly know the man.
Look, you still haven't answered my question. When did you last see Ken Masters?
I don't remember.
And James?
I don't know, it must have been about a couple of months ago, I suppose.
You're quite sure it wasn't a few weeks ago?
No.
James, someone saw you talking to Ken last Wednesday.
Yeah, you're right. That's right. I do remember. Yeah, I bumped into him. And he was asking me where we kept our valuables locked away and when we were likely to be out of the office so that he could break in and steal.
Look, this is not a joke!
Oh, come on, that's what you want to hear, isn't it? Isn't it? It's just something to confirm your suspicions.
Oh, come on, don't be ridiculous.
You're the one being ridiculous, Jan, and what gives you the right to cross-examine
I
me?
wasn't cross-examining you, I was merely trying to find...
Firstly, there's Laura Wilde.
Well, what exactly was she doing there today?
That had nothing to do with me.
Oh, I suppose you barely know her either.
I met her once at a party about 2 years ago before she moved to the States.
Well, you certainly seem very close today.
You seem very possessive.
I'm concerned about my business!
Let me get this right. Now Laura Wilde is conspiring against you, huh?
Wouldn't surprise me if she was anything like Ken Masters.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't be because he cares a lot about you.
Oh, really? Well, how would you know that, seeing you've barely met the man?
I did bump into him the other day.
When? At the office?
No, it was when I went down to the marina, and he wasn't plotting your decline, Jan. He was saying how pleased he was we'd gone into business together, and he was saying how he hoped that we continue to do well.
Oh, how very benevolent of him.
And you still don't believe me, huh?
I don't believe any of this. Let me tell you, there is nothing Ken Masters better to say.
I don't think Jan we care about anyone.
Well, you don't like it, you know what you can do, don't you?
Is that what you want me to do? If business is all you care about, you might succeed. But at what price, huh? I am not going to sit back and let this paranoia destroy you and me.
Did you?
None whatsoever. You just arrived unannounced, seized the files. And you've been very adept all evening at answering a question with a question. Do you have any indication?
The SFO didn't make an appointment, if that's what you mean.
But Daniel Morris had been in touch a few months ago.
I don't see that's any interest of yours, Charles.
You're not going to do yourself any good, you know, playing all this so closely. You could be implicated.
The SFO aren't exactly investigating me.
Not directly. But if they start examining our past dealings with Relton, they could discover certain information concerning you.
For example?
Who recommended we recruit Sarah Foster?
Now, just wait a minute.
You did. And her methods of conducting business were highly suspect, to say the least.
Under whose brief?
The only brief I give my senior executives is to use their own initiative and make their own decisions. Now, that kind of independence might give them the motivation, but It also means that I'm not always party to exactly how business is conducted. Quite often, events occur without my prior knowledge.
Sounds like a statement for the defense.
It's also a fact.
No one runs a business like yours unless their finger is right on the pulse.
But I've also had to rely on a great many of my senior executives, including you. Now, if the SFO were to discover certain irregularities, I wouldn't want to be forced into a position to either confirm or deny who's responsible.
Don't threaten me with that.
Oh, I'm not threatening you. I'm making you an offer. You see, Avril, over the years, you've been privileged to certain inside information. Now, you could also be forced into a position to either confirm or deny.
I remain silent, so will you. Is that it?
Could be to our mutual advantage.
The bill, please.
Look, I'm trying to protect you.
There is only one person you're trying to protect.
After all we've been through, you don't seriously believe that, do you?
I don't believe you invited me to dinner out of any sense of loyalty. Only survival.
Oh, we owe each other that at least. I'll get that.
No. You don't owe me anything. And I certainly don't owe you even the price of a meal.
How was your evening?
All right.
Leo, I haven't had the opportunity of talking to you.
This morning, I didn't mean anything. Do you want one of these?
No, I've already got one. Well, if you didn't mean it, why did you say it?
About your own business?
Yes?
Oh, I don't know. I was talking to myself mostly, I suppose. I've been doing a lot of thinking about my own career lately.
And Abby?
Yeah, and Abby.
Do you want to talk about it?
Oh, there's no real problem as such. Today, during Abby's checkup, the doctor brought up the subject of marriage.
And?
Obviously, it's something we haven't really considered yet.
Well, there's no rush, is there? Particularly if you're unsure about anything.
Well, not on the face of it. Why do I feel let down?
What do you mean?
You know, sometimes when I think of everything that's happened with William and Orrin, I don't feel any love for Abby. The only thing I feel is anger at being used, even where the baby's concerned.
But I thought you were delighted.
I am! I haven't said anything before. Abby planned to become pregnant.
Oh, I see.
At least I think she planned it. She didn't exactly say. I don't know if her feelings for me are genuine, or if the baby and I... It's as if she's just looking for a substitute for William. I don't want to end up as just another complication in her life.
Have you said all this to Abby?
No.
Well, I think you should, darling. You owe her that at least. More importantly, if you're thinking of marrying her, you owe it to yourself.
I've got to go. You see, Abby's waiting up.
She's a grand woman. She'll understand.
Yes, please.
He knew there was a meeting. He said he'd be back in time. Oh, he is, Bill. Permanently back in time. That's his problem. But did he say where he was going?
To sail into the estuary for an hour with Vanessa on the Pride of Leslie.
Pride and Leslie.
Yeah.
One of the first boats that Jack and I ever built with Mermaid. Vanessa tracked him down for the birthday party.
Birthday party? What birthday party?
Well, I thought you knew, Tom. I'd better leave it to Jack and Vanessa to explain. Come on, lads. Let's go around the water.
Morning.
Hello, Tom, how are you?
I'll let you know later, after the meeting.
Sounds on. Dad playing up?
Nothing we can't handle. I hope.
Well, what do you think?
She handles just as beautifully as the day she was first launched. Where do you find her?
Charlie Leslie's grandson. Don't you think it's time we went back?
Yeah, I suppose so. Mind your head.
It's not my head I'm worried about. After this meeting, Tom, Dan, and Avril could be after yours.
Oh, really?
Yes, can I help you?
Yes. Would you mind letting me through?
Who are you?
More to the point, who are you? What are you doing in this house?
May I ask what the business that is of yours?
Perhaps you haven't noticed. I have a key.
Yeah, well, I have some keys too. Look, I'm afraid Mrs. Howard is out.
In that case, why are you in? Look, I think we both have a little explaining to do.
I think so.
I am Jan's mother. I live here. Now, if you haven't got a bad back, do you mind helping me in with the luggage? There you go.
Thanks, Vanessa.
Well, nothing really. I mean, she's
Oh, well,
out of a
Jack.
contract, really. I mean, you know.
I thought you said what?
Right. Now, having checked the local records and discovered the date the Mermaid was founded, I thought it would be excellent PR to throw open the gates and invite all the Yard's past customers to a party.
Well, they work well in Australia. Well, they spend a whole year celebrating.
The Mermaid is a bit different, Jack.
I've already tracked down the first boat Jack built.
Noah's Ark?
Oh, I want to put it on show as a symbol of when he took over proprietorship. I'd also like to incorporate some other activities. Well, I think it's a great idea.
Me too. Well, it's not every day you can celebrate 200 years of boat building.
Providing it's only one day and doesn't detract from the jobs in hand.
Why should it?
Because we can't afford another 200 years to get back on schedule, that's why.
Oh, no, you're not going on about the production
Get back
schedule.
to the main issue, please. This sailboat that Ken Masters wants to commission.
Yeah, but first of all, Jan, do you agree with Vanessa's idea?
Absolutely.
Fine by me.
Tom?
All right.
Oh, let's go then. Unanimous.
Good.
Morning, Charles.
Good of you to drop in.
Yes, apologies for being late.
Understand you were away overnight. Business?
Personal.
Oh. Abby phoned earlier. She was worried. You better give her a call. I've arranged a press conference for 11.
Yes, I saw the headline earlier. I was going to suggest that we went public in order to counter all the allegations.
Allegations are the least of our problems. I've already had to call Thornton to arrange bail.
Bail?
SFO must have something on us. They're going to prosecute.
We're building the cruiser for it.
The cruiser is a one-off. The sailboat's different. He's talking about sharing development costs.
Well, he'd recoup. I mean, Masters has got a lot of faults, but marketing isn't one of them. A boat aimed at the first-time buyer at a knockdown price is bound to sell well.
Yes, if it's sold door to door or falls off the back of a lorry, that's Ken Masters style.
Yes, I agree. Ken Masters is not the ideal joint venture partner, Dad.
Oh, for a start, you've got a conflict of interest.
Oh, Jack.
Oh, that's right, that's right. I mean, what if you offer the boat to Melton?
I'd refuse.
Conflict of interest? Well, what about you? Would you be interested if the boat weren't aimed at the traditional market?
It wouldn't make any difference to me.
Oh, well, in that case, I'd like to propose, if we do go ahead with the development, that we incorporate a high-tech fibre in the specification. Yes, titanium foil straps.
Oh, come on now, that's
You
enough.
see? You see?
But that's not the issue, Tom. The issue is Ken Masters as a business partner.
I
Well,
know.
I don't trust him.
Well, neither do I.
Well,
yeah,
then.
but what's that got to do with it?
Nothing if you're not opposed to him using the mermaid to build his empire.
He only wants to build a damn boat.
We're aware of that, Jack.
Let's put it to a vote, shall we? All those in favour of the proposal. All those against? Motion carried against. Sorry, Jack.
Politics, that's what it is.
You convened the meeting.
Oh, it's getting more like the bloody Houses of Parliament every day.
Calm down,
Yeah,
Jack.
well, I'm sick of it. And if I'm outvoted, I'll go into a private, right? As a consultant or something.
And what is that going to achieve?
Independence.
I'll go and try and have a word with him.
Jack! Jack, wait a minute. Jack!
There was no need to walk out.
I have had enough, Vanessa. The mermaid's birthday has brought it all home to me. I used to be my own boss. Now there's Tom, Jan, Avril. Only but damned obstacles in the way. I'll tell you this. The Grand National's got nothing on them.
Ever since he won that damned export award, he's been impossible. Well, thanks for coming anyway. I'm sorry the meeting turned sour.
Oh, well, you know what he's like. He'll calm down. He'd get her, or he'll be for the high jump.
Mother,
Oh, they're bringing in reinforcements.
what do you mean?
She's back. My headmistress.
Darling, darling. Oh, how are you? I'm shocked. I didn't expect you till Friday. I decided to come back earlier.
Oh, you're looking so well, Kate.
So are you, my darling. How good to see you. And Tom!
Hey, what happened? Did you get homesick?
Don't we all? But you know, I always wondered if I'd got the right house. I find this young man who claims that he's your business partner, Jan. Oh, and I must say, darling, he looked very uneasy to me. Yes, well, we've had a bit of a disagreement. Ah. Well, he sends you his love. How's Leo? Is he really all right? Oh, yes. And Abby? And is it true I'm going to be a great-grandmother? Yes, it's wonderful, isn't it? Oh, terrific. Yippee! How's Jack, old monster? On the warpath again, I see?
Kate! How nice to see you. Welcome back. Sorry I'm late. I ran into Jan's mother. She's just back from the train.
Really? Your phone call took me a bit by surprise. You said there was a problem you wanted to discuss.
Yeah, Jan is beginning to ask a lot of questions.
As long as you don't give her any answers, you've got nothing to worry about.
It's not as simple as that. Your partner, Laura Wilde.
What's Laura Wilde got to do with it?
I should have mentioned it earlier. Look, how the hell was I supposed to know you're going to go into business with her?
I wasn't even aware you knew her.
Yeah, I know Laura very well. We crossed swords in business a few years ago before she moved to the States. She could bring out a lot of skeletons from a lot of cupboards.
Has she got something on you I should know about?
The only thing you should know right now is that she turned up at Jan's fashion show yesterday and right out of the blue offered to buy my shares in Howard Brook.